Excited to have you all here today. It's a beautiful evening. Okay, my name is Maddie. I'm one of the farmers here. This is my third season here at Gaining Grounds. As we're walking, these are some carrots. We already harvested our first succession of carrots, but we seeded those all the way back in February or the beginning of March. Our partners started getting carrots 2 or 3 weeks ago, which is pretty incredible. So we're gonna stop and pause here. One, because it's a very beautiful view, and also because this field is representative of a really important and central part of the way that we grow here at Gaining Ground. Does anyone know what this field is? Recognize either of the plants? Look like beans, peas. Yes, there are peas in here. Anyone recognize this? Like, it looks like grass.
Corn.
Good guess. It's oats, same family. So this is a cover crop of oats and peas. It's a very common cover crop mixture. A cover crop is something that we plant out in the fields, not so that we could harvest food from it, but so that we could regenerate the soil and take care of the land. So the idea with the oats and peas together is the oats are a grass that looks like corn, that have nice deep roots. So it holds the soil structure in place. It prevents erosion from the wind or erosion from the water. And also it grows really tall and produces a lot of good material that then we could use as a mulch later on. And the peas are part of the legume family. And legumes do a really special thing with their roots, is that they form little nodules on their roots. I could pull it up and try to show you. And these nodules attract a special type of bacteria that fixes nitrogen in the soil. So it makes, yeah, you can see it. So these nodules attract nitrogen fixing bacteria. So certain types of bacteria that are able to transform the chemical nitrogen in the soil into a form that the plants can uptake. So nitrogen is one of the essential nutrients that plants need to grow. The oats and peas is a really great fall and summer cover crop. In the fall, we'll seed it like in September. It'll grow like this high, maybe a little taller, and die with the frost. And then in the spring, we'll have this nice like mulch cover of this dead frosted material that's been covering the bed tops for the whole winter and protecting it from, again, erosion of the wind, of winter storms and that sort of thing. And then here in the summer, we'll probably terminate this in the next couple weeks. This tarp that's right here is terminating oats and peas. Pears, peaches over here. The fruit is not our main focus or area of expertise here. We're a really incredible community member who comes and helps us with the pruning each year. This is our Three Sisters plot. Three Sisters plot is a way of growing food together that is rooted in indigenous foodways. The idea is that there are different crops that have very specific relationships with each other that help each other out, work in reciprocity with each other. People grow in this way all over the world. So a classic one in this part of the world is corn, beans, and squash. So that's what we have planted here, plus sunflowers, which I'll mention. So the little tufts that look like grass is our corn. We have squash, and the beans are direct seeded, so they haven't germinated yet. But the idea is that the corn grows big and tall. The beans trellis themselves up the corn. The squash grows in a wide, sprawling configuration to shade out weeds on the bed. And then the beans are similar to the peas in that they replenish nitrogen in the soil, which corn uses a lot of. And then the sunflowers are a fourth sister, and they grow really tall, and the idea is that the birds peck at the sunflower seeds instead of pecking at the corn. You could see some of the little cabbages coming in, which is exciting. This is one of our first like big plantings of the growing season outdoors. So it's exciting to see them coming up. Down there's our broccoli. We'll probably be harvesting those in the next couple weeks.
How do you keep the rabbit covered?
We use this mesh cover. Since we don't spray any chemicals or anything, it's a lot of just basically blocking the plants from the animals, which works pretty well for rabbits. I would say my favorite tool on the farm. It's so easy to work with. It really makes a difference. It's very breathable, so you don't have to take it off when it's really hot out. Sometimes there's a pesky groundhog that will just launch himself through the fabric and make a hole. We had a big problem with that last year where we had to seed string beans 3 different times in a row. This is buckwheat. It's a great summer cover crop because it grows really fast and really thick, and so it produces a lot of material that then once we terminate it again is like a really awesome mulch that will then suppress weeds and feed the microbial life for the next thing we plant into it. We grow a lot of lettuce here. Other greens, you can see our kale and Swiss chard here. We plant lettuce every single week from end of April to October. Whole growing season, we're planting lettuce every week. And this is one of my favorite fields on the farm. So beautiful, so abundant, really fun to pick in my opinion. And we have some celery on the edge. And then if you're comfortable with your shoes or whatever, I welcome you to walk down the path so we could all stand in the garlic together. If you don't want to do that, you're very welcome to stay on the grass. Yeah, this is our garlic fields. Garlic is a very special crop to many farmers. So we plant the seeds in the fall. In the spring, it's the first green that we see typically that pops up. In the summer, we harvest the scapes in June, and then in the middle or end of July, we pull the garlic. We hang it up under the pavilion back there, let it dry, let the flavors concentrate. And then before we distribute it to our partners, we pick out the largest heads and save that to then plant again in the fall. This garlic, at one point we bought it from a seed company, from Johnny's, if you know Johnny's. But now this garlic is gaining ground garlic. So the plant and the seed has a memory of the land, and the land has a memory of the plants, and they know how to work well together.